Hello everyone, welcome to Changing Minds Through Gaming. This is episode 8 now with Tom Ellis, and yeah, we talk a lot about Emmy. I'll leave a lot of links in the description to all of his stuff with Emmy, myself and I. This is a really good web series which has only got one episode so far. It's a really nice film that gives a good representation to an illness which doesn't have that much awareness about it. As you may notice, I have t-shirts now. There you go. You can go and purchase t-shirts on Tape's official web store. All the profits goes towards Tape. Go and buy t-shirts. I'm not going to stay in my t-shirt because it's cold. It's November, it's winter. So yeah, go and buy t-shirts. Go and support all the other Tape projects as well if you can. Thank you for watching.
I love me some French football.
International French or League French?
No, League French. Let's go.
League French.
Hardcore.
PSG weren't that good back then.
No, I'd go Lyon.
Lyon?
Liverpool played for them.
Lacazette?
Played for them all. That's alright, I'll take that.
Right, I will do the first half and I'll give it to you for the second half. Oh god, I forgot about these graphics.
Yeah, no. They're better not changed.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
No worries, pleasure.
Thank you for your time. It's nice to have a fellow Liverpool support.
Yeah, it's nice to revel in the I feel like, we deserve it because we had a lot of years of just...
Yeah. Of torment.
I think that if you're a big fan of sport, I think it's kind of a positive mental, if you're going through a bit of a rough spell, I remember, it was definitely when we won the Champions League this year, there was it was kind of, I felt like as a family, me and my dad were both hardcore Liverpool fans of it. We had played over the years at that point, my granddad had died and my aunt had died, and that was his sister, so, being through the ringer and, winning the Champions League was a nice way of kind of, not forgetting about it, but kind of, it was escapism. It was when everything's a bit rubbish, it's nice to see that positiveness and be able to celebrate in a year of what's mainly been, after that, he lost another sister to cancer about 2 months ago. I don't know that time. This year's just been really mentally draining, but Liverpool's been a bright spark. God, it's been a bright spark, and it's something that my dad always found it as something to come together and do together. Great goal.
He did a lot by himself. We just went weaving in between.
It's something that we do together. We go off to my parents' garage, watch the game. Now I've moved to the same road as them. So it's nice it's become a bit more social. Playing football helps you, and do you think it can change your mood for positive and negative?
Yeah, it does. That's the thing, isn't it? It can be one or the other.
One or the other. Have a go on. I've got work to do as Leon. Come on, Dejan, what are you doing? Give me a chance. Dejan.
I think with Liverpool, I don't want to alienate people and say our fans are better than theirs, but I think our fan base is I think our fan base is quite strong and supportive, and compared to a lot of Premier League teams. Yeah,
I also think our club's really. That's a thing. I don't know what other people's experience of their clubs are, but I know that when I first got sick, my best friend at the time wrote to Liverpool and said, "My friend's just got this really terrible illness, he's to leave school, and he needs to pick me up," and they took us on the private stadium tour. They actually responded to his thing and had Anfield all to ourselves, and every bit of it we got to go sit on the managed chairs, which we weren't allowed to do. We got to cross all the lines. They gave us this massive gift pack, and it's
that's cool.
Oh wait, I support a club that actually cares about. I'm sure others do, but I can only speak from my own personal experience. Oh wait, they didn't have to respond to a 12-year-old email and be like, "My friend's sick, can I have some freebies?" They didn't have to do that, but they did, and they were, they weren't, they got them to receive so many emails very similar, and to make the time
Yeah.
was pretty awesome.
I feel like supporting Liverpool is almost, I use it as a metaphor for life overall, because like it shows how important hope is. Like I'm not sure many clubs would have come back from like as low down position as we were like the last few years, because like, I know we were top of the league a lot in like late 80s, 90s, but it's kind of like have that long period of time where we didn't really win that much in the Premier League at least, and to still come back and like be where we are right now, top of the league.
Not just that, but like we also have a record of coming back in games.
Yeah.
Like it really proves to you like anything's possible, because I always remember like everyone saying like no chance against Barcelona. It's like no. There is a chance. You just got to have a bit of hope and faith.
I wanted to talk about Emmy, Myself and I a bit.
Yeah.
Like, if you could explain that for people who don't know what it's about. Or...
Yeah, so Emmy, Myself and I was a series that we did the first episode here at Tape last year. I think it's probably 2 years ago since we filmed it. In February, I think it is. And it basically was started with me wanting to share some of my experiences as an ME sufferer, particularly as a teenager. Like, thankfully mine's a little bit more manageable now that I'm an adult, and I'm very fortunate because a lot of adults it's not the case. But as a teenager, it was pretty debilitating, and school and stuff. I just wanted to share. Thought I want to share my experiences, but I am going to do it in here's a documentary way, because there's nothing wrong with a documentary, but it's just not kind of my style. I wanted to do something that was a bit more. I feel like by documentary sometimes it can. It doesn't necessarily put the people who don't have ME don't necessarily feel as connected to it as people who do have ME. Whereas I wanted to tell a scripted story where you like the character and we're invested in her, and and she just so happens to have ME, and was a funny, vibrant person, but was debilitated. So that's where it comes from. And I also wanted to throw in a talking poster because why not? But then it's also she could it could be her internal voice. But then as it progressed, it became a way for me to we had more people's voices involved. With different art forms in it, so with Manny and the poetry and Ada, all ME sufferers, and they just it started with a podcast, reached out to them, and then it just happened. I just found ways to put him the art, and they just so happened to be sending to me because they were inspired by the thought, because at that point there was no films, they were just inspired by the thought of what we were potentially trying to do, and then
it's a nice ball. Oh.
Was able to actually get that work in, and it was lovely, and managed to get all the charities on side with it, and managed to do alright with getting it out there and exposed in the press. My granddad was one of the key people to sort of believe in what we were doing, and was largely responsible for a chunk of the donations, and then sadly he died in February, right as I was planning on writing, and that then meant it come with emotional baggage that perhaps it wasn't before, because I was tending to write. I'd lost the tone for a bit, and it was in a sadder tone, because obviously I was sadder, and it was it's sort of not landing on that tone, but the script right now is exactly where I want it to be. It's, for the second one, I've read the poetry from Ali, like it's all there. It just needs making, and then the cast is all still on board, and they've been incredibly patient. Like this, probably 2. Though technically the CPU got a goal, it will be made in February. I'm saying that now, I'm saying it on camera, so I'm going to do it. Whether we have a budget or not, I'll find a way to make it happen. And I want it to be released on ME this day, so at least the next episode. And there's at least something that people can be like, okay, you don't understand my illness. Watch this for 10 minutes then. You might understand a little bit more what it's like to walk in my shoes.
You got time for one more?
Yeah, I do indeed.
Do you want to choose a team?
Yeah.
Again?
We might want to take Robinho out.
Yeah. You might want to do that.
Let's have Pato. I used to like Nexus. Though I've not put him in the team, so obviously I don't like him that much.
Do you know, with making a series, do you think that's... Because it must be really rewarding to like make stuff which has an impact on people's lives, and like you're giving a voice to people with Emmy.
Yeah.
Do you find that as like one of your biggest motivations with it? Or?
Yeah. I feel like that we're seeing so many people just being like, I can't wait for the next one, and knowing that, I think we've been trying our best to get funding and things like that, but I know that potentially I think we'll fall into that thing of busyness as well, and there's a lot going on here at Tape, and I've changed jobs and took my effort as well, but I think definitely like I've learned some lessons in terms of like she has been a big wake up call in terms of like a lot of the family members who are some of the most supportive ones for the show of just helping pass this year, and that's definitely motivation as well, because that does fill me with sadness that they never saw what happened next in the story, and like even the aunt that most recently died was one of the things she said last to her parents was like, I'm going to try and do when I get out of hospital, I'm going to try and organise some fundraising because I think that film's important, and it just never was. So I think things like that, and then the result, had a health, and just like life can be short, and coupled with all the amazing comments and all the people who reached out to me on Twitter and were like, this is representative of me. That's definitely a motivating factor to be like, okay, because I think it would be easy to be like, okay, it's just never going to be. Since I'm not great at talking, but it would be easy just to be like, okay, it's just not meant to be. We've not managed to get funding, and this, that, and the other, and it's been a bit of a struggle. But how can you give up when the reward and the importance of it just, and maybe like, there might be some of those people who watched it and, maybe they only watched it once, but they might have watched it on a day when they were feeling really rubbish about their illness and feeling very isolated and alone, and then they watched our film and was like, oh, there's hundreds of millions of people going around around the world, 250,000 in the UK, give or take. And I'm not, the world might feel it might not be talked about often, and I might not know anyone going through it, but there are people going through it. So that's been nice, and I'm looking forward to progressing that story, and also just healing in working in schools, and helping out and doing the league. It's nice seeing how many of the year 11s that I'm working with have gone on and watched the film, and seeing them coming in the next day and changing their perspective of how they see things, or if they see someone who's got a disability or something else and they're looking isolated. There's so many of them now that I see now reaching out to them, and even just that. It's nice to be known for something. To be honest, I'm barely known for that in schools. I'm more known for the seagull story that went viral about 3 months ago. That's what I'm known for, is the man who's trapped inside his house by seagulls.
I've heard that one.
Have you heard it? No. It was a thing. In a nutshell, when there's a normal place, had the seagulls that nested on my roof, and it was a bungalow, and so every time I left the house, they felt threatened and attacked my head, like full claws. So I phoned up to find out, what could be done. It wasn't that nice. It's being attacked every day by seagulls, and they just told me to put an umbrella. And Zara, my friend, who used to tape as well, when she got from Daily Post, the headline, which she didn't pick, nor I, was "Man trapped inside house by seagulls," was the headline, and I was away for a night and then come back, and on the day the story broke, and on the Daily Post website, on their Facebook, 500 plus comments about it. A lot saying I was trapped in the 90s because I was wearing a Bucky t-shirt, so that was nice. But then, I saw the funny side and was replying and stuff like that to them. But then BBC Radio Wales contacted me, like, can you come on our morning show and talk about it? They wanted BBC News on their website. And then ITV Wales News wanted me live on the 6 o'clock news. And again, I was like, I don't want to do it, but it's good for our chances. And also, like, some of them were really, some of the people that had supported Emmy, myself and I so much, and I also felt like, maybe I should say yes, because it helps our chances with it as well down the line. And I still get phoned every now and again because apparently I'm in the BBC system as a seagull expert. Yeah, BBC Scotland phoned me. By the time she got the job, I just started turning stuff down. But I got guilted by BBC Radio 5 Live months later into going on there because a chihuahua. It's not a funny thing, the chihuahua's been stolen by seagulls. They patch you in beforehand, and they patched me into to hearing the teaser thing that they do on radio, which is like BBC Radio 5 live to millions all across the nation. And I was like, millions? I was like, what? It's been eventful.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's the thing, is that people need to give less of a shit about seagulls and more about Emmy and things like that. Yeah,
it was really just that really did. I'm not lying. I'm glad you put that. It really bothered me. I had to work so hard to get anyone to put Emmy into the news, and literally, I had so many missed calls about seagulls, and I was like, I turned down Saturday Kitchen. Just might be a decent film.
That was a good finish.
I'm now aware of why you were so like, why are you picking me Sion and Pascal? It's alright, the score's exactly the same. This is going to be hard, isn't it?
I don't know what we're going to do. We could do it 2 in a row, so...
2 in a row, yeah, that's probably... Or else we'll be... Not far enough. Oh no.
Let's see again. So you can try and say
Is it still... Is it this one?
I think it's right stick,
Yeah. Is it still it? Was it? Did you mention what the technical difficulties about me doing this?
It's a really inefficient way of playing FIFA.
Like, why don't they just use a second controller? I can see one in the background. You can see one under the chat. All the same.
I was going the other way for a second then.
Come on, keeper. You could have got that.
Yeah, I can assure our audience that the other controller died. It was on charge for about 2 or 3 hours, and it died after about 2 or 3 seconds.
Sorry, but it died so quick. I'm going to put in the corner far enough. The building will close and we'll still be here. Sorry, I'm reading it now. Competitive. Come on, computer. Come on, Abbiati. What? Hey!
Damn it.
Stuttering run, it finally worked. I'm not going to try it. God, Italy loves a high number, doesn't it? Like, there was a 99, there was a 60. Oh! That's fair play.
But do you remember that guy who cost his team Champions League qualification because he tried to do a Panenka on the actual...
I do remember, was it the guy as well for Leicester in the playoffs a couple of years ago? He tried it and penalty shoot, and it was the key penalty that would have took.
Do you think that, like, with ME awareness and mental health awareness, do you think it's only getting better in society?
Oh, I think mental health awareness is getting better, just from having worked in schools. They do a lot of, a lot of our assemblies. We talk about mental health and mental well-being, and there's some students that set up their own drop-in centre that they can talk to a student, like the older ones, year 11s and stuff like that, and that's come on massively. I still think there's a way to go. I'm not gonna lie, there's still a way to go, but there's a way to go in a lot of things. I think that, from my experience, Emmy is a way behind in terms of, like, I think it's not even on the agenda in terms of importance. It's not even in the picture. I'm sure, like, most people off the top of their head don't know when Emmy Awareness Day is. Do you know what? I'd really like to see more dramas working it in. I think there's so many soap operas and stuff like that. It's like, why can't this be a storyline?
They can use them as platforms to kind of like give illnesses like that, like representation.
Yeah. I just don't think that. Like, I've seen, actually, to be fair, I've seen a couple of people do some short films and stuff like that. But I mean, afterwards, and there's been some really good documentaries. As you said before, your experiences and what you learn about things definitely impact how important you think that things are to get done, and it motivates you. Like, I think at the point before, I think I was more like, getting the money and having a budget and making it bigger and better and being able to do all that was really important. But now I'm at the point where it's like, well, I could do that. Just seeing so many people that I'd have loved to have seen another episode not have that chance. And then, like, I don't lie, my granddad being so keen in the first one, I really want to make another one and be able to put a tribute to him at the end, and it's been dying. I wanted to screen him and just not kind of happen, but I wanted to do something to mark how important he was to that project. And, like, there's a lot of people, like, including family and stuff like that, think something's important, but it's another thing to speak with your with your money and be like, I think it's that important that I'm going to step in and get you to where you need to go, be it in funding to make this first one. And the conversations we had after it. To be fair, he straight away, him and Anne, there's a lot of people that are not necessarily the most supportive when you first got Emmy, particularly we talked about 2001, so awareness was even less of them, so there's a lot of so less people supportive then, but
have you seen progress though?
A little bit of progress. I think that Facebook and stuff like that helps because there's now groups. I launched one. I created a group that's the Emmy, myself and I arts group, which is just for people who've got Emmy who like sharing their art. Unfortunately, there's some of the same mistreatment and Physio's a very famous one that when I was a kid they thought, and other people they thought they could run it off and run around in circles and run it off. And obviously that's been proven not to, but there are still people being told to do that, and that's why they're being sent in the medical profession. We should have lived to learn from that, shouldn't we? Apparently we're not making no progress on that. So there's elements, but there's elements that I'm still incredibly frustrated about. But if you get to here, at the end of the day, I try not to think too much about the negative things that aren't working, because you try and be yourself potty. It'll be a detriment to your mental health. But I'm going to do launching it myself on our YouTube channel, and on that's going to be the episode 1, other episodes. We're going to do some sort of vloggy kind of. Chloe's I'm going to script up some little self-film stuff, so that she's going to film stuff, like little mobile phone, like diary entries in character, so they're going to go on there. I'm going to do some bits talking about, I'm going to do some, take the mick out of sort of top 5 lists and sort of do some like top 5 frustrating things people say to you when you got Emmy and things like that. So I'm going to fill it with content on that. The main series, the little side thing, so I will do that. I think probably my goal would be to launch it. Right, I'm saying this so I do it. Between now and Emmy awareness week changes a little bit year to year, but say by May 10th, I will have made the second episode of Emmy, Myself and I, and I'll have made 2 or 3 other videos to go with it. So there's a bank of the YouTube channel can launch on the same day with a ream of stuff, some really factual stuff. I think I've spoken to Manny about putting some more of her poetries on there as freestanding pieces. There's like lots of like saying, like I'll talk with a lot of people and just build it up, and there's a bank and stack of stuff. And now I have to do it because
it's on tape now, so I'll hold you to it.
It's literally, well, it's on SD card. There's still a chance to corrupt that. That's how I like podcasts. I like listening to podcasts that just kind of flow. Yeah. And I think that's what you're able to do really well. And I hope that you can continue to do this, continue to make a difference. And I will share this on Emmy, Myself and I socials. That's what the names of them are. It is out.
I'll put a link.
Emmy take photos of them.
If you send me all the links to everything you want me to put a link to, then I'll put them.
I might do it because they're really hard to find. Yeah, but I'll share that one.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get lots of people watching all of the episodes prior in the future.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. I didn't know where we were going with that. We stopped publishing.
Right, and takeaway message, takeaway moral.
What's it?
Care less about seagulls and more about Emmy.
Please stop asking me about seagulls in high school.